Welcome to the Moon and Gemini podcast. I am your witch in residence, April Edwards. This is our astrology of the week. This week feels like a release of momentum, not chaotic movement, but a return to forward motion after a period of reflection, revision, and emotional processing. We move from integration into action, from water into fire, and when fire returns, things begin to move quickly. Let's walk through the transits together. April 6th, Venus in Taurus sextile the North Node. We begin the week with a supportive and quietly significant alignment. Venus in Taurus forms a sextile to the North Node. The North Node represents direction, where life is asking us to grow. Venus governs relationships, values, pleasure, and what we choose to invest in. In Taurus, Venus is grounded. She is not chasing, she is choosing. This sextile suggests that something in your life, particularly around relationships, finances, or self-worth, is aligning with your long-term path. It may not feel dramatic, sextiles rarely are, but they open doors. You may notice a connection that feels steady and promising, or a decision around money or resources that feels right. This is an opportunity to choose what supports your future, not just what satisfies the present moment. Pay attention to what feels good and sustainable. That combination is not accidental. April 8th, Mercury exits its shadow in Pisces. This is an important moment, even if it feels subtle. When Mercury goes retrograde, it retraces degrees it has already traveled. The shadow period refers to a time it takes to move back over the same ground once it turns direct. Now, Mercury is stepping into new territory. This marks the true completion of the retrograde cycle. The themes that surfaced over the past weeks, confusion, revisiting old conversations, and emotional processing, begin to settle. Clarity returns, not all at once, but noticeably. In Pisces, this clarity is still intuitive rather than purely logical. But now, insight can begin to translate into forward movement. If something has felt stalled, unclear, or unresolved, this is where you may begin to feel resolution, or at least direction. Mars enters Aries. On April 8th, this is a major shift that begins in our energy. Mars rules Aries. Here it is strong, direct, and unapologetically active. If Mercury exiting its shadow clears the mental and emotional fog, Mars entering Aries lights the fire. This is action energy, initiation, drive, courage, but also intensity. Mars in Aries does not wait. It does not overthink. It moves. You may feel a surge of motivation, impatience with anything that feels slow or stagnant, a desire to take action immediately. This is powerful energy, but it must be used consciously, because the same force that creates forward movement can also create conflict if it is not directed with awareness. The key question with Mars in Aries is, what is worth acting on? Not everything requires immediate response, but what is aligned will feel undeniable. If we step back, the pattern becomes clear. The week begins with alignment. Venus in the North Node quietly guiding you towards what is stable, valuable, and meaningful. Then comes resolution. Mercury exiting its shadow clears the lingering confusion of the past cycle. And finally, action. Mars enters Aries and asks you to move. Not eventually, but now. This is the shift from water to fire, from feeling to doing, from processing to initiating. This is a week where clarity and action are meant to work together, not separately. Let what you've learned over the past weeks inform what you do next. Don't rush simply because the energy is fast, and don't hesitate if you already know what needs to happen. There is a difference between impulsive action and aligned action. This week acts for the latter. The sky is no longer asking you to wait. It is asking you to move, but not blindly, not reactively. Move from what you understand. Move from what has revealed itself. Move from what is real. Because when clarity and courage meet, things begin to change quickly. This work grows through word of mouth. If it's been meaningful to you, you can like, share, or subscribe. That's how it reaches the ones who need it.